like these niggas here, niggas on the screen right now are it's convenient for them to be an Israelite. Alright? Now it's convenient for these niggas to be an Israelite, so they jump back in. But the elders, Elder Tahar, alright, they've been on doing this thing since it wasn't cool. And they've continued, and now all the hard work they're seeing is paying off. Alright? So now they want to jump back in. These niggas are just a bunch of haters, and they're jealous. Alright? And I got one more scripture I want to read. It's basically about the law and the spoils of war. Alright? So I'm going to read this. Deuteronomy 21:10. It says, "Now goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive." Now it says, "When thou gone to war against thine enemies." Since this nigga's so obsessed with the white man, alright? Since these clowns right here, especially this guy, are so obsessed with the white man, it says, "When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies." When you read Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, it says, "Thou shalt be sold unto thine enemies." I assume this niggas know history. I assume this nigga knows history. So who was it that we were sold to? By Ham and the Arab nations. Elam. I'm not Elam. Ishmael. Who did they sell us to? The so-called white man and their women. Okay? So for this nigga, I'm gonna add a word in there. It says, "When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies," or white people, or white women and white men, "and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive. And thou seest amongst the captives a beautiful woman, and thou hast desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife." Meaning you want to lay with this white woman. You want to get with her. Alright? And I'm going to keep saying white women because they do. When you go forth against your enemies, whether it be they be Arabs or Japhetic or Elamites, whether Ethiopians, or in this case Edomites, you go and take down a nation, and you see amongst that nation there's a fine woman laying there, and you want her. Let's see what the rest of it says. "Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head, and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and shall bewail her father and mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife." So this is not wrong. To lay with a white woman or any other nation's women for that fact is not wrong. Alright? For these goofy ass niggas right here. Alright? Because ultimately you niggas, like I said, man, you don't know the scriptures, which is why you made this video, which is why you had that nigga go down to the elders camp with this bullshit. Alright? You don't know the scriptures, because if you did, you wouldn't have made this video. Alright? You're emotional. You're haters. You might as well be black women. Alright? With hair on your face. That's what you are, and shades on. Overweight black women at that. Y'all act the same goddamn way. Alright? So you niggas are wrong. If you want to make a little rebuttal, hey, go ahead. I welcome it. Alright? If you want to do a response to this video, I welcome it. Now, more than likely you won't, but you might as well change this title, because it's bullshit. GMS crushed by Isupk. No, that's bullshit. You niggas are crushed. Alright? That's why you pop back on the scene. You got your little YouTube channel with 2 videos on it. The Isupk radio. You got another one that's One West UPK, and then the UPK 12 and all that. No, you niggas are full of shit. Alright? So if you want to, keep making your dumbass videos. If it's not me, it's gonna be one of the elders. All right, not in that particular order, but if it's gonna be some brother waiting for you to make another dumb move and to cut your ass. All right, Elder Gabar already got to you with your bullshit on going on the mark in the Book of Revelation. Okay, so keep doing your bullshit if you want. You niggas are continually gonna get exposed. Alright? So to the brothers, Lord willing, that was edification for y'all. To the next show, just say shalom.